man's played Genshin Impact for 40 minutes. And he made a video called I Don't Like Genshin Impact. Now, here's a conspiracy theory. And listen, I don't really have one way or the other with Genshin Impact. I'm just thinking that this is my schizo conspiracy theory. Farming Genshin Impact by hating on it is a popular move by lots of gacha content creators, and considering Nicholas Light's recent relationship with Tectone, I'm thinking that Tectone has given him like a list of things to do to basically speedrun the content, right? Now, I'm not saying that this is what's happened, but it's funny to imagine that like this is it. This is the speedrun strategy of, all right, we're done with Genshin, move on to the next one. I want to hear his opinion about it. Why don't you like Genshin Impact?
So I just tried playing Genshin Impact on stream for the second time, and I ended the stream after 30 minutes.
Okay.
I titled the stream,
what could you do out of Genshin Impact in 30 minutes? You don't even get out of the tutorial, right? I wonder if he even got to like the first multi-pull, because like the entire like 30 minutes is you get open to this new world and you're trying to figure out how to move around and, you know, do elemental reactions and attacks, and eventually you make it to Mondstadt, right? You're just kind of exploring the world.
Playing Genshin Impact until I love it or I hate it. Well, after 30 minutes, I found out that I hate it.
Fair. I mean, you don't have to enjoy the game, right? And after 30 minutes, I think you can figure it out. How far did he get? Let's see. How far did he get? So this is his second time apparently, right? Apparently this is his second time playing it. Sacksweat is crazy name. So he's kind of like Mondstadt tutorial, right? Meeting Mona, Lisa, blah blah blah, Jean. What happened here? What happened here? I think that he figured out, you know, Lisa's voice acting whenever she's climbing a tree or whatnot. And then, hold up, what happens here? Let's see.
Down!
Shock.
Okay. What happens? What happened here? He quit. Something here made him upset. Like he got whopped by a pyro whopper flower and he quit. Okay.
I just don't. I don't. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah. Tell me.
I don't care if this gets me shit. I'm used to it. I'm used to it, guys.
All right.
I am so fucking used to it. This game.
Yeah.
After playing Wuthering Waves, I feel like right now I am playing. What could I compare this to?
That's totally fair. No. That's totally fair. If you've played Wuthering Waves and you know of the movements, right? And then trying to play Genshin, it'll feel very limited. I think a lot of people, myself was included, when I was saying that of, oh my god, when I'm playing Wuthering Waves, the way that I'm moving around, the quick combos, Genshin is pretty simple and it does have nice, crisp, you know, responsive animations, but you do feel limited. So I think that that's kind of the reason.
Especially after playing Wuthering Waves yesterday, which feels like a far superior version of Genshin Impact.
In terms of the combat and movement, I would agree. I think that the elemental reaction system in Genshin is actually pretty deep. You may think that it's just a simple pay-to-win game at a surface glance, but Genshin Impact does get really sweaty with the different compositions and different like techniques and strategies involved, at least from when I was used to play it.
And let me preface this for the retards that this is my opinion, okay? So if you love Genshin, that's completely fine. And if you hate Genshin, that's completely fine. It's totally up to you. It's art. It's subjective. It's all about opinions. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. So I'm not going to keep saying, in my opinion, for me. Everything in this video is my opinion. Wuthering Waves, to me, is me in my best shape, right? I wake up in the morning. I could get the day going. I could get my day started. I could grind. I could grind hard. I could work out. I could have a great day and everything. Muscles, I'm ripped. I'm eating right. I don't feel sluggish. I'm energized. I don't feel tired all day. Genshin Impact, to me, is the opposite. It's out of shape in Nicholas Light. It's walking up 3 steps and I'm out of breath in Nicholas Light.
stamina system issues,
sluggish,
right?
And I don't.
Yeah, I mean in Genshin too, in the beginning you have to collect all these different like I forget the exact term, but there's a lot of collectibles that you need to do to increase your stamina cap to the max, right? So in Wuthering Waves, I don't think you have to do that to start off. So if you're comparing like movement and how it feels right off the bat, I definitely get it.
I want to wake up and I'm just feeling tired all day. That's what Genshin Impact felt to me, you know? I'm just not into it. The first stream I was into it. It was
yeah,
new
Animalculous.
to me. But
That's
then
the
I played Wuthering Waves again. And then going to Genshin after Wuthering Waves,
it kind of feels bad. It absolutely does in the early game, specifically the movement.
I think that's one of the worst things to do. I think you're just setting yourself up to hate the game.
And I think that it's actually really smart for Kuro Games, right? Wuthering Waves, like basically if you give the users such free fluid movement and then they try to play something else and they're gonna feel weirded about it, I think that was a very good strategy of like obviously having a similar game but polish the movement it up such that if other players again go back to their old game, they're gonna feel like, oh, this feels kind of weird. I feel like I'm limited. I want to go play Wuthering Waves instead.
People will tell me Genshin Impact has a great story, it has great characters. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
No, he's comparing early game Genshin with early game Wuthering Waves in terms of the movement, right? Both of these things are, I think, fair comparisons to make, and Genshin Impact by design, because of what you need to do to farm the Animalculous and, you know, the limited movement, I totally understand why he would feel that way.
I'll probably say something not a lot of people will tell you. I don't give a fuck about the story in a video game. I just...
Based. And you know what? A story, especially in a mobile game, I think are usually ass. They can be good, but I think that stories in mobile games are literally just like an excuse that exists for the gacha to happen, right? I think that if you're looking for a good story in a video game, you shouldn't be playing a gacha game to get that story. There are exceptions. I think that from what I remember playing Honkai Star Rail, the Pinocchio arc, and not even that, like the first arc of Belobog for Honkai Star Rail, amazing, stunning. But that's an exception. I think most mobile games, they don't really care that much about the story, and it just kind of exists as random lore, and you just kind of skip over it because most people just want to play the game and pull and use fancy skills and fight, right?
Just want good gameplay. If it happens to have a good story, even better. Holy shit. Wuthering Waves, for example. Peak fucking gameplay and combat. Oh my god. Peak characters, peak story, peak...
Is Wuthering Waves in the beginning peak story though? Because I played that shit on launch and I don't know exactly how far he is in the game, but the early game was like the part where a lot of people were frustrated about until that Zipper Cock guy showed up, right? I feel like it felt really convoluted, like they drop you off into this world and there's so many random jargon and bullshit happening. It is like the pinnacle of, you know, Chinese storytelling in terms of like how convoluted and how complex and everything just kind of feels like, what the fuck is going on, bro? You're giving me like 13 separate fucking, you know, references to jargon and stuff like that. I think Genshin early game story, like with like the Valen and Venti and stuff, maybe I enjoy that more than Wuthering Waves.
Music. It has...
Now, I hear Wuwa later on does kind of get better in terms of story, but right now I'm comparing like both early game.
At all, it's the full package. Genshin Impact to me has cool characters. Maybe it has a great story. I'm just never gonna find out because I'm not playing it again. The gameplay to me is just inferior to Wuthering Waves. And
yeah, if you're comparing early game, it's gonna feel like that. I think that Wuthering Waves in the early game, you can do a lot more in terms of movement. Well, Genshin Impact, you know, I think gameplay is centered around having different compositions, elemental reactions. And again, it gets very sweaty, right? But you can't really have that in the early game to really highlight it. It takes time to build out your roster and actually have fun gameplay later on. In the beginning, you're just kind of swapping between random characters and spamming random skills. You could say that about Wuthering Waves too, but there's something like more flashy about it. And the movement also, I think, is the biggest like advantage in the early game.
then people are gonna bring up the whole attention span. You have a short attention span. You're a zoomer. Yeah, you're this, you're that. You don't have the brain cells to enjoy the game. Meanwhile, I just
You don't have the brain cells to enjoy Genshin Impact. Gotta be the funniest line I've ever heard, though.
Played 4 hours of Wuthering Waves companion quests where 99.8% of the time you're reading as if it's a storybook, but the story is so goddamn good that I was.
Is it? Again, I personally, I feel like Wuwa's story was so fucking flat and convoluted in the beginning. I hear it gets better later on, but what the hell do I know?
It's just fully engaged. That's how good it is. So it has nothing to do with attention span. To me, it just has to do with whether the game's good or not. If I want something with bad gameplay and a good story, I'll just read a fucking book. But I'm not reading a book. I'm playing a game. And the most important thing of playing a game is the game. It's the gameplay. I will not play Genshin Impact anymore. I don't want to.
I should try Wuwa. I've been playing Wuwa. I quit those gacha games a long time ago, though.
Be a content creator that's just going to hate on the game. And to those that are.
Like I said, I played this shit on launch. I played Genshin on launch. I play Honkai Star Rail on launch. I quit all those games, though, to focus on other stuff, though. Recently, the only game I'm playing is fucking Maple Story, man.
Content creators that hate on games. I fucking love you guys. I love hate content. But I don't want to do that. I want to play good games that I enjoy. I want to play good games. I want to play games that I genuinely enjoy. I want to try Stellar Blade. I want to try Wukong. I want to try, what else? Persona.
Oh, these are actual video games, not gacha games.
I want to try maybe even Honkai Star Rail. I don't know if I'll like it, but we'll see. I want to try PGR. I want to try all these games, Limbus Company, even Expedition 33. I will not play a game that I do not enjoy, and I will not fake it for views. I already did that with K-pop. I already did that with so much on my fucking channel in the past.
All right.
Not so much anime. Sometimes I've watched an anime that I don't really enjoy, but entertaining you guys and making you guys happy and smile and laugh, that was enough for me to get that content out. But man, I cannot play Genshin. I just can't, bro. I won't do that to myself. And if you're part of the Genshin community and you don't like this video, you live in an echo chamber.
I wonder if it's gonna reach that community because, again, like Genshin Impact and like content creators shitting on it, man, like the drama from Genshin Impact is so fucking juicy, man, especially whenever Tectone's involved, right? And that's why my schizo conspiracy theory was, you know, Nicholas Light is just speedrunning how to hate farm Genshin Impact as fast as possible and utilizing Tectone's like advice. But I don't think that's what's actually happening. I think that bro simply just sees Wuthering Waves gameplay as being a lot more free, way more engaging, and then with Genshin Impact just kind of feels bad relatively. And why bother playing a game that makes you feel bad about it? Maybe, you know, if he spends like 6 more hours into Genshin Impact and properly builds a better roster, would it get better? Maybe, but at the end of the day, everyone has limited time, and to force yourself to get to the point when you have a different game that you already enjoy kind of feels pointless, huh?
Where you want every single person to say how you feel, and that's just not how the world works. I live in a world where not everybody agrees with what I say. I have friends that don't agree with everything I say or have the same opinions on me for video games and movies and TV shows, even politics, and I still fucking love them. That's my world, and that's the real world. I'm going to continue playing Wuthering Waves. I'm going to continue gaming on my channel. I might even play Mario Kart on stream. I'm only going to play things that I genuinely enjoy.
Based?
I don't care about the views. I care about the views. What am I talking about?
Of course we do.
If the views outweigh my enjoyment like this much, I don't care enough to do it. If it's like this, I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like this, nah, fuck that. And if you think an opinion is too strong, you're a pussy. I played Wuthering Waves yesterday, and I think
wait until he meets the gacha psychophants, man, because I don't think he has necessarily interacted with the gacha community as much, right? And there's a lot of people that, man, the Genshin Glazers, like, you speak one thing bad against him, it gets fucking crazy.
I was smiling the entire 4 hours I was playing it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want more of. Wuthering Waves actually brought back my passion and excitement for video games that I've been living without since I was a teenager. When I became an adult, it was like everything I have to do or everything I do has to make me money. And if it's not making me money, I'm not going to do it. And I wasn't playing games and making money. I wasn't.
Yeah, it does feel like it feels like a prison when everything you're reminded that I could be productive and I should be making money doing this. But sometimes you just want to play a game just to have fun, right? Without worrying about, am I being as productive with my time as possible? And if Wuwa, you know, happens to be that game for him, then all power to him. I don't think that Wuwa is necessarily bringing him bad viewership though, right?
Making any money to begin with when I was like in my 20s until I became a YouTuber. But I finally found my passion and my excitement for gaming again. And I am not going to ruin it by doing things I don't want to do, playing games I don't want to play, that I genuinely do not enjoy. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm not into this whole wars shit, like the gotcha wars, like the Hoyo shit.
Oh, yeah, I know you mean that, but like doing stuff like this will inevitably get you involved in that shit.
And the Kurobots. And
yeah,
I'm not into
yeah.
that cornball bullshit, okay? I'm a Kurobot, I believe, because I fucking love them.
All right.
But I'm not here to start drama with other communities. If you love a game, you fucking love the game.
I mean, I feel like if you didn't want to start a war with different communities, maybe you shouldn't make a cake. Well, it's a man explaining his own opinion and his feelings about a video game that he just tried. I don't think he's making the video trying to be inflammatory, but I do think that the outcome will be inflammatory, especially if it reaches the Genshin, bubble.
I'm not here to ruin your time with it. I'm not here to judge you for that. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to talk about. I know people are probably going to be talking about this shit, ripping me apart for my attention span. And meanwhile, how much anime have I watched on my channel? Thousands of episodes of One Piece, hundreds of episodes of Bleach and Naruto, hundreds of episodes of other anime, like over 50 fucking anime that I've watched. Anime that's either slow-paced, super slow-paced, and then the fast-paced shonen ones. Same thing with the games, bro. I played over like 30 hours of Wuthering Waves. So much of it is just reading, and I fucking love it so much. But
I'm just surprised that he enjoys the Wuthering Waves story that much, man. Like, I just don't remember the starting, when I played on launch, the story was just so fucking heavily bogged down with a bunch of contrived bullshit. I think I cared a little bit about GN's general story for just a bit, and I found Scar coming in was kind of hyped, and after that I was like, I just don't give a fuck. But I hear the story gets better later on.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, comment time. Like to dislike ratio is pretty good because only the video's been out for 2 hours though, right? Not even 20 seconds in and you're kicking the hornet's nest. He is though, right? Like, again, the whole gacha fandom war shit, the drama that's been happening, especially with Tectone Baldi, it's been very juicy, and I've been absolutely paying attention to that. So when I saw this video title, I was like, oh man, we going down that path, aren't we, huh? I hate it too, just be honest too, that's all we care about. Depends on you if you don't like it or not. Yeah. The reason why people get offended when someone criticizes Genshin Impact is because they think they're attacking... they think the attack on the game is the attack on their entire personality's opinions. It's a defense mechanism. Yeah, and it's. I think that obviously people who really enjoy Genshin Impact and have maybe even invested real money into it, if other people are suddenly saying, I don't like this game, obviously it's like, oh man, did I do something wrong? Am I playing the wrong game? Did I invest time and money into something that I shouldn't have? And then it kind of like hurts their ego. At the end of the day, like, if you enjoy a game, you should play it. Who gives a fuck what Nicholas Light thinks? And he shouldn't care about what you think either, right? You should just play the game because it's fun for you. And the moment that you start judging your decisions based on whatever random fucking influencers are saying online, I feel like you've kind of lost the plot. If you enjoy Genshin Impact, just play Genshin Impact. I'm a Kurobot and I endorse this message. It's okay and everyone likes and hates. Start with WUWA and all other open world games will seem disappointing. Tectone starts with WUWA. Tectone did not start with WUWA. He played Genshin on launch. As a WUWA and PGR enjoyer, blah, 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 sure. I think that at the end of the day, there's Baldi right here. Obviously, he's going to be happy about it because, man, is the biggest hater of Genshin. And maybe for rightful reasons. I think that in this specific case scenario where he started with WUWA and felt the freedom of movement and combat options that feels more engaging than Genshin early game, absolutely makes sense why someone would be like this. And maybe it was a good decision for Kuro to try to, have new players of both games, feel each other out and realize that, one is definitely superior in terms of fluidity and movement, and Nicholas Light is the perfect example of that kind of player, man. Please check out Nicholas Light. He's definitely getting into more gacha stuff, and I love videos like this, man. I low-key hope that this will kind of like penetrate into like the gacha bubble and the hornet's nest, and we'll see if there's any drama that's going to be happening from it. Bye-bye.